Victoria and Albert. One of Victoria's main duties as Queen was to marry and produce an heir. Her German cousin Albert, Duke of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, had been regarded by her family as a suitable match for her from early on. When they first met at 17, they didn't get along. Victoria could be hot-headed and rash, while Albert was cool and rational. But their differences brought out the best in each other, and they grew to be a devoted couple. 2 years later, on October the 15th, 1839, Victoria asked Albert to marry her. It would have been improper for a prince to propose to the Queen, and he accepted. The following year, on February the 10th, hordes of cheering Londoners crowded outside Buckingham Palace to catch a glimpse of their Queen as her coach drove past. Victoria's dress was made of white satin and lace. In her hair were diamonds and orange blossoms. Over her heart she wore a diamond and sapphire brooch, a gift from Albert. Married life. Prince Albert was a quiet, clever man. He was happy for Victoria to take the limelight, but he was frustrated that he had no official title or duty. At first, his only job was to blot Victoria's signature on official papers. Gradually, Victoria relied more and more on his help and advice until they were officially ruling together. But Parliament refused to make Albert king. So, in 1857, Victoria gave him the title of Prince Consort in recognition of his importance to her and the country. The royal family. Victoria and Albert had 9 children, and many Victorians saw them as the ideal happy family. For most of the year they lived in Windsor Castle, but they also had 2 country homes: Osborne House on the Isle of Wight and Balmoral Castle in Scotland, where they could escape the formality of public life. The couple worked in the mornings and spent the rest of the day with their children, enjoying simple pastimes such as walking, riding, and painting. Victoria was anxious to see her children as happily married as she was, and when they grew up, she urged them to marry European royalty. When they began to have families of their own, she earned the nickname the Grandmama of Europe. Victoria hoped that their family ties would ensure future peace, but sadly, When the First World War broke out in 1914, two of her grandsons, King George and Kaiser Wilhelm II of Germany, were on opposite sides. Also, festive fashions. Prince Albert was quite a trendsetter. He introduced the British people to the German traditions of decorating a Christmas tree and of sending Christmas cards to each other.